Today we're talking about something that's become a silent epidemic in the professional world: digestion pain. It's so incredibly common that many of us just accept it as a normal part of the job. But, as we're about to find out, thinking that way is a really dangerous mistake.
So let's just start with a question that, let's be honest, might feel a little too real. Is feeling totally wiped out and physically unwell just part of being ambitious now? Is this constant discomfort really the price we have to pay to get ahead?
I mean, does this whole routine look familiar to you? Skipping a real meal because you've got back-to-back meetings, basically running on coffee until the afternoon, and then grabbing dinner super late because it's the only chance you get. These things are so often worn like a badge of honor, a sign of commitment, but they are taking a massive toll on our bodies.
And that brings us right into our first section: how this whole cycle of feeling bad becomes not just accepted, but kind of expected in our work lives.
Okay, here's the big psychological switch that happens. Our hustle culture actually rewards us for pushing past our body's signals. So over time, that bloating or that heartburn, it stops feeling like a warning sign. Instead, it starts to feel like proof that you're working hard enough. It gets twisted into this necessary sacrifice for your career. And this quote, this is exactly how that belief gets cemented in our minds. You look around and your colleagues are all complaining about the same stuff: the acid reflux, the exhaustion, the indigestion. It creates this totally false sense of normalcy. The thinking goes, well, if everyone is suffering, it can't be that bad, right?
So how do we deal with it? We grab the quick fixes, right? Antacids for the burn, another coffee for that energy crash. But look at the pattern here. Every single one of these is about suppression. It's like putting tape over a blinking warning light on your car's dashboard instead of actually looking under the hood.
Which leads us perfectly into our second section. Let's talk about what those signals, those warning lights, are actually trying to tell you, and why just turning them off is such a bad idea. Now, this line right here, it's simple, but it is absolutely crucial. Just because something is common does not mean it is healthy. This is the exact moment where we have to stop and really challenge that groupthink acceptance of feeling unwell all the time. We have to completely reframe how we think about this. That discomfort you feel, it's not some random inconvenience. It is your body's incredibly intelligent early warning system. It's a very specific signal telling you loud and clear that something is out of balance with your lifestyle.
And when you ignore that warning system, well, it sets off a whole chain reaction of things that directly hurt your performance. When your digestion is weak, you're not absorbing nutrients well, which means your energy is all over the place. Brain fog starts to set in, you find it harder to manage your emotions, your immune system gets weaker. The risk of total burnout isn't just a possibility, it's quietly building up steam right under the surface.
So for our third section, let's see how this builds, because this weakness in your digestion becomes this hidden drain on the exact skills you need to be successful.
I mean, this slide just lays it all out, side by side. Look at that contrast. On one side, weak digestion literally creates fatigue, even when you sleep, irritability, and a drop in focus. But on the other side, strong digestion is the very foundation for clear thinking, emotional balance, and better stress tolerance. It's not some side issue, it's the engine for your performance.
And this is the bottom line, isn't it? You can have all the drive and all the discipline in the world, but you cannot just willpower your way past a body that isn't getting what it needs. Your biology will win that fight every single time.
Okay, so we've really nailed down the problem. Now what about the solution? In Section 4, let's look at what the real high achievers do differently to get that sustainable edge.
Here's the secret. The most successful people, they don't just power through the pain. They aren't tougher. They're smarter. They get that their body is their biggest asset, and they actually listen to its signals. They work with their body, not against it.
And the source material gives us 5 really clear, practical habits. Let's walk through these, because the why is so important. First, eating at consistent times. This helps your body get into a rhythm, so your digestion knows when to expect food. Second, choosing warm, cooked meals. Why? They're just plain easier for your body to break down. And number 3 is all about how you eat. Don't do it while you're stressed or staring at a screen. When your brain is distracted, it literally pulls energy away from digestion. And the last 2 are about mindset. Observe your symptoms, don't just pop a pill. And focus on making your whole system stronger, not just quieting the pain. So, the takeaway here is that a long, successful career isn't built on burning yourself out. It's built on a solid foundation of physical health. It really does start from the inside out.
All right, let's move to our final section and pull this all together.
It's really time we redefine what being a truly dedicated professional looks like.
This is the huge myth we absolutely have to bust. That discomfort you feel is not a badge of honor. It is not proof of how hard you're working. It's just a signal, a very clear one, that something is out of whack.
And this gives us a much more powerful definition, don't you think? True professionalism isn't about who can put up with the most pain. It's about how smart you are about protecting and managing your most valuable resource, your own energy. That is the real game changer for long-term success.
And so, we're left with this one last question, a question I want you to really think about after this is over. Your ambition should be fuel. It should energize you, but take a hard look at how you're chasing it. Is that ambition actually fueling your life, or is it slowly draining it away?